Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Two Gentlemen of Verona, and today we get to hear from Julia in Act 2, Scene 7. So poor Julia, we haven't heard from her in a while. The last time that we saw her, Proteus was saying goodbye to her and he recited all this lovely poetry, and then she left kind of in the middle of it without saying anything. But she is in love with Proteus, and in the meantime, Proteus has left to go to Milan and hook up with Valentine, who's in love with Sylvia, so he introduced Sylvia to Proteus, but then as soon as Proteus met Sylvia, he fell in love with her and now wants to forswear Julia, and his plan is to rat out Valentine and Sylvia's plan to sneak out of the house in the middle of the night and go get married, because then he's sure that he can marry Sylvia before Thurio is able to do so, Thurio being the guy who Sylvia's father actually wants her to marry. So now Act 2, Scene 7, we go back to Verona and we catch up with Julia, and she's talking to Lucetta, like her lady-in-waiting, and she's like, oh, I miss him so much, I miss him so much, I want to go to Milan and see him. And Lucetta's like, that's a really far, far way away. And Julia's like, yeah, but I want to go anyway. And Lucetta's like, well, why don't you just wait until he comes home? And Julia's like, don't you know that my love is like, his soul is like food? She gets really dramatic about the whole thing. And Lucetta's like, just calm yourself. Figure out a way to keep yourself calm until he comes back, and everything will be fine. Like, put a lid on your lust, kind of a thing. And Julia says, the more thou damn'st it up, the more it burns. The current that with gentle murmur glides, thou knowest, being stopped, impatiently doth rage. But when his fair course is not hindered, he makes sweet music with the enamelled stones, giving a kiss to every sedge he overtaketh in his pilgrimage. And so by many winding nooks he strays with willing sport to the wild ocean. Then let me go, and hinder not my course. I'll be as patient as the gentle stream, and make a pastime of each weary step, till the last step have brought me to my love. And there I'll rest, as after much turmoil a blessed soul doth in Elysium. So this is just a long metaphor saying that she's really impatient, and the longer she is away from Proteus, the more she's gonna attack him from a sexual standpoint when she actually does get to see him again. She's like, if he's around all the time, then I can be patient and move slowly like a gentle stream. But as soon as a stream comes up against a dam, it starts to get all riled up and all that sort of thing. And she feels herself getting riled up, probably with sexual tension, sexual energy from missing Proteus. So she wants to go and sort of take care of that. So Julia's like, okay, fine, but what are you going to wear to go there? Because it's a long way to go. And she's like, well, I'll dress up like a page. You can make me some clothes, right? And Julia's like, well, you have to cut your hair. And she's like, no, I'll just tie it up. And she's like, but what kind of trousers do you want? She's like, it doesn't matter. Just make me some trousers. She's like, you'll have to wear a codpiece. And Julia's like, no, I'm not wearing a codpiece because everybody's going to make fun of me if I'm wearing a codpiece. And Lucetta's like, well, if you're not willing to do that, then maybe you're not actually in love. And Julia's like, okay, fine, I will. So they decide that she's going to be dressed up like a boy, like a page, so that she can safely travel from Verona to Milan so that she can go see Proteus and surprise him. Because we all know from rom-coms that it works out really well when the girlfriend back at home comes to visit the boyfriend as a surprise. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of Act 2, Scene 7, which is also the end of Act 2, so cool, we're maybe almost halfway through this play. And yeah, come on back tomorrow as we dig into Act 3 and see. We're waiting for the you-know-what to hit the fan, right? It's coming. I promise it's coming. It'll be fun. And I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.